Okay. Y'all, I've had some weird things happen in my life, things that I cannot explain. This one's right up there. But I kind of see what Yah has done here. As you know, I'm a realtor and I am a busy one. And ooh, there are days. There's a reason when you meet me, you find that I am tiny. And although she'd be tiny, she'd be fierce, yo. No, I would probably weigh 100 pounds more than I do if I wasn't a realtor because, mad face, I pace. I am burning calories every single day. But in the journey of my pacing, because, mad face, some agents. Oh, but do you like my shirt? Hold on. I'm the most positive RH negative person you're ever gonna meet. Oh, that's cute. That's my merch. But anyways, I was walking and looking outside of my window at the front door, a place that I typically don't pace an awful lot, when my attention was caught to something. Riddle me this. Sorry, my front-facing camera doesn't work, but, okay, could somebody tell me, how and why there are two, and it looks to be dove, feathers, and I get that, Abba, on my wall. On my actual wall, by my door. Not even on the side where it opens, but on the other side, the back side. Just two random dove feathers just hanging out, laying there, with no dove to be found and no probable cause. Those who know, well, you know, you should probably know this. Said in my best Urkel voice. Did I do that? No, but did I? That's odd. No, that's strange. All around you, and sometimes they'll leave you messages and reminders that they are never. How are they even staying up there? Especially, I just came home. How did they not fall? And I got bird dogs, yo. Was there? Y'all got something to tell Mom? Was there a bird that I should be looking for in the house when I was away? What? Oh, I wish I was still recording. Maisie just said no. Tell him, Maisie. Was there a bird in the house? I don't know if you guys were on my TikTok back when I was still a practicing psychic clairvoyant medium. I used to do lives. And this is back when TikTok was good. It was fun. I would have upwards of 12,000 people in my live. And I would do psychic readings all night for free. That is until one night I was attacked by a demon on my live. And if you're an OG anti-follower, well, you were there and you can attest. Ooh, it got intense, it got scary, and it got real fast. There were growls, there were taps, scratches, footsteps on my floor, things sounding like they fell from the wall, big things, kaboom. Yet when I would go into that room where the sound came from, nothing seemed to miss. Sorry, the girls are playing. Meh, girls will be girls. Not only that, but as I sat at the kitchen counter, speaking to my dogs, they would not go outside. And if you know my dogs, then you know that is not normal. Something outside was scaring them. But as I sat at my table coming in from my garage, something told me, tell my followers, keep an eye on this back window behind me. A window that is long, it's got 2 panes across and about, I'd say 6 all the way down. I couldn't see it in my camera, but I knew I was told something was going to show up. And oh boy, did it. A little girl, a child. Speaking of children, if you remember when this all began, it was about 1 a.m. I live in a very remote area. I have 3 acres and all of my neighbors around me, well, they're pretty far from me. And yet still, on my live, we all heard children laughing outside of my house. At 1 a.m, that's odd. That was also when I realized none of our neighbors, none, not a single one of us, not even us, none of us have children, especially littles. Well, we have children, but none of us live still in our home. It sounded like there was a bunch of 4-year-olds outside of my window, directly out my garage window, giggling and laughing at 1 a.m. that night. Fast forward to what I would assume was about 2 a.m. when everybody started to say, Auntie, turn around, there's a little girl in your window. No thank you, Why? Well, I know, just like children laughing or even children crying, if not more so children crying, in a place or a time where you just know children would not be, that hands down is and always will be demonic activity. You see, demons have a way of making you want to go to save a child. If you know there's a child outside at 2 a.m, well, that's strange, I better go check it out. That's how they get you, that's how they lure you in. But for hundreds and hundreds of my followers, well, thousands, I believe, at that time, to see this little girl outside of my window behind me at 2 a.m. while I knew. In fact, I still have all of this recorded. Collectively, though, we all came together and we pewed that demon right out of here. Thousands of people saying the Lord's Prayer and collectively praying for your auntie. And then suddenly, poof, it was gone. Because demons, I'll tell you, they will flee at the name of Jesus Christ, Yeshua HaMashiach. Anyways, after I had gotten off of that live, something said, sage your home before you go to bed. I told all of my followers who were very concerned after seeing, it was scary, I would be going live at 8 a.m. and we would have coffee to let them know I was okay. After saging my home and going to bed, I woke up, but it was a little bit after 8 and I knew people were concerned. I have 6 doors from my home to outside. Every morning during TikTok, during this time, I would go out on my back patio, upstairs off of my master bedroom when I wanted to go live. I'd have my coffee and my schmigarette, and that morning was no different. But I went outside. I'll never forget this. You see, I had already gone live and I was heading out my patio when suddenly I walked into, hands down by far, the most cement-like single strand of a spider web that I have ever experienced in my life. It freaked me out. I dropped my phone, but it hit me so hard in the head and it didn't even break. No, y'all, that felt more like twine than a spider web. Anyways, as I collected my phone myself and sat down past the spider web, I looked down to find a very, very strange feather. I'm talking not one I've ever seen in this world. Heebie-jeebied out by the spider web, I decided to go out back. That's when I opened the door to my backyard and looked down and found yet another strange feather, but not the same as the one upstairs. The one upstairs was long. I'm talking like 1.5 feet long, skinny and black. It was weird. The one on the back door, it was white, but it had speckles of orange and red on it. Not anything, again, the size of it. It wasn't a normal bird from where we live. 1 feather, that's weird. 2, that's even stranger, especially when they aren't familiar feathers for birds where we live. But that's when something told me, go to your other back patio door. And I did. This feather was red. Not a feather that we would normally ever have here. At this point, I was kind of scared it might have been demonic, so I put salt on the feather and a bowl over it, which led me to go to my front door. Another feather. Again, a totally different type. On my live, and all of these witnesses watched me, I went to every door that led to my outside. And every single door, there was a feather nicely and neatly placed right outside of it. Every one of these feathers was different. And not only was it different, like I said, even calling Uncle Mike and laying them out and sending him a picture, my husband, who is an avid local bird hunter, he had to admit, babe, those are not birds that I've ever seen, not in our town, nowhere near here. I have no idea what kind of a bird these things would come from. Yeah. I sat there in prayer asking Abba, what is this? And all I heard were these words. There are angels all around you. And instantly I could see the most beautiful, brilliant, tall guardian angels standing at each and every single one of my doors for the rest of the night, leaving each a feather behind to let me know they were there. And so maybe today, that dove, and that's a big part of the things I'm here to teach you guys about, what my Father has shown me, and a lot, even more so specifically, how significant the dove is for me. But there is no way to explain how those 2 feathers ended up inside of my home, somehow magically stuck to my wall behind my door. Well, other than those words I heard that night. There are angels all around you. Ooh, I love you so big and I can't wait to hang with you in heaven. Look for the signs. Trust me, when you look and you seek, you shall find. And truly and always there are angels all around you. Some you'd be surprised you might find you've known well. I love you so big with my great big gigantic heart. I do. Now you get out there and be the light. Be the light that Yah needs you to be in this world.